You see, if the Christians didn't come and knock at our door, we might not have awoken up to what we are doing now. Do you know that? It's the Christian who woke us up. As a young man, when I left school, I worked at Adams Mission Station, outside Amazintodi. Adams Mission Station, Adams College, built by an American for Africans. Across the valley from this institution was the shop where I was working. And the missionaries, what the training that they were getting, were experimenting all what they learned on the people working in the shop, all young men who just left school, cheap labor. So they come along into the shop to buy bread, rice, sugar, flour, and at the same time they say, you know, Muhammad had so many wives. So I know nothing about that. I knew nothing about that. He says, you know, Muhammad, he copied his book, the Quran, from the Jews and the Christians. I know nothing about that. He says, you know, Muhammad spread his religion at the point of the sword. He forced people to accept Islam. So if you don't accept Islam, you chop off your head. I know nothing about that. And none of the guys working with me knew anything about what these guys are talking. These missionaries. They're making life miserable for us. Attacking us. We are minding our own business. We want to sell sugar and salt, flour and rice. They want to talk about religion. Whatever training they get, they're experimenting on us. So they prodded me. I'm a type of person, by nature, God made me so. That now I want to find an answer. And I found an answer in a worm-eaten book. And that changed my life. That worm-eaten book. And now I write books as a result of what I had read in that worm-eaten book. 250,000. I've reached 250,000 of this. 250,000 of this. For my community, it's a stupendous figure. Yeah, continuation, volume 2. Volume 3, I'm writing at home now. I've written, millions of pamphlets have been distributed. That one I showed you about His Holiness the Pope, I did 250,000 of that, this pamphlet, 250,000, in Arabic and in English. So, in other words, it's working, but it is all as a result, is a reaction to what was being done to me. And today, on each and every Muslim home, a Christian missionary goes and knocks it. I've been asking people questions in public meetings. I said, is there a Muslim here whose door has not been knocked by a Christian yet? Please put up your hand. And the first meeting I asked this question, not one. I thought maybe they don't understand my English. So I repeat the question. I said, is there a Muslim here whose door has not been knocked by a Christian yet? Please put up your hand. Not one. Next one. Gathering. Not one. Next one. Not one. Out of 5, one guy put up his hand. So I passed it as a joke. I said, you see, this man must be living in an ivory tower or somewhere in the basement somewhere, that somehow the Christian escaped him. It was a joke. Again, another series of meetings, another 5, another guy also. One guy put up his hand, that nobody has come and knocked at his door. Again, it's like a joke. If everybody, everywhere says somebody has been knocking at your door, and here, this guy, nobody, again, the same type of remark. I said, you know, he must be living in an ivory tower, this man. But at question time, that man comes forward, and he says, you see, when the Jehovah's Witnesses, then they visited me at home, then everybody laughed. So this is the guy who said nobody had knocked at his door. But he said the Jehovah's Witnesses, when they came to... So this is what it is. In other words now, the Christian is waking us up. You want our children. You want to convert them to us. This is the highest crime. This is apostasy. See, it is the highest crime. That means now, from the worship of the one true God, you're going to take away my child to go and worship Jesus Christ, a human being like myself, a great man, a mighty messenger of God. But he says, no, he's not a God himself. He's to be worshipped. He says, now, that's my child will do. And as such, we believe he'll go to hell, and his children will go to hell. He is more dangerous. That missionary is more dangerous to me and my people than the Russians in Afghanistan, or the Jews in Palestine, or the Russians in Chechnya, or the Bosnians, there's the Serbs in Bosnia. The guy who steals my faith is more dangerous from the Islamic point of view than the guy who takes my life. Because if he takes my life, I go to heaven. The Pathan, the Afghanistan people, if they die at the hands of the Russian, we believe they'll go to heaven. If the Jews kill the Palestinian, I said the Muslim will go to heaven. You see, if the Serbs kill the Muslim, I said they'll go to heaven. If the Russians kill the Chechens, I said they will go to heaven. But you taking my child, my child will go to hell. So you are more dangerous. Stealing my faith is more dangerous to me than stealing my life.
Is it dangerous enough to use force against?
No. We talk. Let us talk. And we believe in talking. We have been talking. For the past 40 years I've been talking. City Hall of Durban, Johannesburg, Cape Town. I'm talking. And do you believe me, in 40 years, not a single person has thrown a rotten tomato at me or a rotten egg. Do you know that? And the most sensitive topics, most controversial topics, was Christ crucified? 1,200 million Christians say yes, 1,000 million Muslims say no. Where lies the truth? You be the judge. And no incidents. No incidents. One meeting, same topic, between many papers of the Dutch Reformed Church and myself at the Green Point, like 30,000 people gathered to listen to both sides. And no incident. Look, in other words, we are mature enough to listen to each other's points of views and make up our minds. This is what we want, which Islam expects. Then if you gag me, then I have a right to fight. Then I have to find ways and means to topple the government, even physically, even with guns and grenades. But if you give me religious freedom, give me a chance to talk, that's all. Give me opportunity to talk. Don't gag me. Because when you gag me, I might explode. So don't gag me. Then we give you the same opportunity. We don't want to gag you. Talk to us. Reason with us and we will reason with you. And by that process we reach a conclusion that Islam is the way, which we believe it is. Then let's be one in this fellowship of faith.
There's a lot of comparison in your writings and in writings and in speeches that have been broadcast to militancy. And the one says by the Ayatollah Khomeini, I picked up this quote, jihad must triumph. Holy war means the conquest of all non-Muslim territories. The final aim is to put Quranic law in power from one end of the world to another.
The last statement, that the Quranic law must prevail, I stand for that. Because the Quran says, it says, He's given you a way of life, this religion, Islam. It says, لِيُزْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. A way of life, a deen that is to master, overcome and supersede them all, kulli. Whether it be Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianism, Communism, Judaism, every ism, Islam is destined to master them all. H.G. Wells, the American historian, in his book The Shape of Things to Come, he says that Africa is a fair field for all religions, but the religion which the African will accept is a religion which best suits his needs, and that religion, everyone who has the right to speak on the subject says, is Islam. George Bernard Shaw, the great British playwright, George Bernard Shaw, he said, if any religion has a chance of conquering England, nay Europe, within the next 100 years, he said, that religion is Islam. But the sad thing is that the Muslims, we haven't made a start yet. I want to wake up my people and say, make a start, man. This is the destiny. The Quran says this is your destiny. Truth against batil, against falsehood. Any type of falsehood. This must prevail. And as such we say, we have the truth, the whole truth, not partial truth. And we want to